What's up, my YouTube people? Thanks for coming back to see just what I do today. I hope you're having a great day today. Today is actually St. Patrick's Day that I'm filming this. As you can see on the clock, it is rather early. It says it's 6:30 if you can't read that. I'm starting this St. Patrick's Day crock-pot dinner early so that way it can be done by the time family dinner comes around. But I hope you're having a great day today. It's a really nasty day out today. It's doing a rain, snow, sleet mix thing. Can't wait for warmer weather. Tired of this white stuff. But anyways, I greatly appreciate you clicking on this video. I hope you'll watch all the way to the end because this is a super quick and easy St. Patrick's Day corned beef crock-pot dinner. Now you only need a couple ingredients. The potatoes, carrots, a crock pot of course, and a couple things of corned beef. Now these are the cheaper versions. I believe they're the flats maybe? I forget which ones I bought. But they're here in the Ziploc. But let me show you what I've got going on inside my crock pot. Inside the crock pot, you saw me chunk up some carrots. They're just oddball size. There's no specific size to them. Toss those all in. And down underneath, we have some purple potatoes. Now these are bee potatoes or small potatoes or whatever the heck you want to call them. You don't have to use the bee potatoes or the small potatoes. You can use just regular potatoes. Just chunk them up in the size. I have about 2 pounds worth of potatoes in here and about 12 carrots, roughly. Just chuck that all in your crock pot, and we are just going to lay our corned beef right on top. Preferably the fatty side up, so that way it kind of bastes itself as it cooks through the crock pot. Because this is going to cook for most of the day. It's sort of a set it and forget it dinner. When you start smelling it, and it'll really smell lovely, then you know you're getting close to being done, and then all you got to do is pour off the juice, make some gravy, but we'll worry about that later. But for now, let me put you down. And we'll talk really quick about our corned beef. Now, as I said before, these were the cheaper versions. I think they're the flats. I'm pulling a blank at the moment. But anyways, these have been marinating in the Ziploc bag for 2 days. Now, in this bag isn't any special marinade. It just has some meat tenderizer on it with some water and vinegar. It also has the little seasoning packets that come with the corned beef. They have like mustard seeds in them and a couple other different seasonings. I dumped those in the bag along with some vinegar, as I said before, because vinegar is a tenderizer for meat. And then I just coated them in the powdered meat tenderizer. But for now, let's get these in the crock pot real quick. As I said, we're just going to lay these right on top, preferably fat side up. So there we go. That's pretty much all we're going to do. So in this crock pot, again, there's 2 pounds of potatoes, roughly. Now again, I use the small B-sized potatoes, or small potatoes, the purple ones. But it really doesn't matter what kind of potatoes you use. Just put however many potatoes you want in there. Just rough cut them and put them in the bottom of your crock pot with about 12 carrots. We lined the top with our corned beef brisket that has been marinating in just meat tenderizer, vinegar, and water for 2 days to make sure it's all tender. So we're going to turn this crock pot onto high. And the easiest way to tell when this is done is when it smells really good. Once it starts smelling really good, you know it's done. And then you can pull out your briskets, slice them up, pour off the juice that'll be at the bottom, and we will make gravy in another pan from the juice. So I'm going to add about a cup of water to this real quick, just to help it get started. Because it will start producing its own juice, because it is a crock pot. So we're going to put the lid on it, turn it to high. When you start smelling it a little bit, we're going to turn it to low, let it go for a bit longer, and then we'll see where we are from there. So this will roughly take, I'm going to let it go for about 4 or 5 hours, and then go from there. So I will see you back here in about 4 to 5 hours when it starts smelling pretty good, and we'll give it a check then. So again, thanks for watching Just What I Do. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Whack the like button. And leave a comment down below on what kind of corned beef dinner you like to have. And I'll see you back here in a couple hours. Okay, now it's a lot later in the day now, so let's take a look at our brisket. It is completely done. The veggies that were on the bottom are nice and soft and tender. Now again, this is a set it and forget it, so if you do actually forget it, you don't have to worry about overcooking anything. Now the potatoes might end up a little mushed at the bottom, but hey, throw some gravy on it and get mashed potatoes instead. But doing it this way, in the crock pot, keeps the meat from drying out, and it just stays tender to where all it does is fall apart. So let's take a look at it. Now I did just pour all the juice off of it to make gravy. But for now, let's check out this brisket. It's nice and tender. And all the veggies are done. Here, would you like a carrot? Here, try a carrot. Careful, it's hot. Whew, that was a hot one, wasn't it? But the veggies have picked up some nice corned beef flavor. And this corned beef is super tender. It just flakes off nicely. You barely need a knife doing it this way. Here, would you like to try some corned beef? Careful, it's super hot. So what do you think? Nice, tender, not tough to chew at all. So I did make 2 of these because they shrink so much, because if you remember how much room they took in the top of this crock pot. So that way we can have some leftovers later. So that is all ready to go. I'm going to put the lid back on that, because I have to transport it over to my aunt's house for family night dinner. I also made some cabbage and some corn to go with it. So we're just going to turn that down to warm. Set that aside. So that's all ready to go. But for now, let's whomp out some gravy. Alright, let's finish out this gravy and then we're almost done with this dinner. As you can see in the back, all the juice that was in the crock pot is what I poured out of it. I haven't added anything to it. It's slowly coming up to a boil, so let's whomp out some gravy real quick. Just going to take some cornstarch, put some in a bowl. Now, make whatever kind of gravy you like. Now, I like gravy that actually sticks to what you put it on, rather than run all over your plate. So I make it a little on the thicker side. If you don't like it so thick, then don't add so much cornstarch slurry to it. So that's what we're making, is a cornstarch slurry. Now we're going to add some water to the cornstarch. Give that a good whisk. Now you can do this with flour. You'll just have a better consistency in your gravy if you do it with cornstarch. From my experience, anyways. Okay, the gravy has, or the broth, it's not gravy yet, has come to a really nice roving boil. So we're going to pour in our cornstarch slurry and whisk the shiznit out of it until it comes to the thickness we want. Now if it's not thick enough, we'll make another cornstarch slurry and toss that in too. Just keep whisking until it comes back up to a boil and the thickness you'd like. Now, I can tell you right now, that is not thick enough for me, so I'm going to make another slurry real quick. As you can see, that instantly thickened up with that second slurry. Sorry for the shaky camera. So there we go. There's our gravy. Nice thick consistency that'll stick to your potatoes and your veg rather than run all over your plate. So there you go. A quick and simple St. Patrick's Day set it and forget it corned beef dinner. Now I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Leave a comment down below on if you've ever tried it this way before and how it came out for you, or even just what you thought of this video. I greatly appreciate any comment I get. It helps me out more than you'd think. So that's going to wrap up this video. I just have dessert to make now, and then load everything up and get out of here. So I greatly appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end, especially if you made it this far. Hope you'll give this recipe a try, as I said before. It's a super simple corned beef, crock pot, set it and forget it dinner. Potatoes, carrots, veggies, and gravy. Super simple. Give it a try. Leave a comment down below on if you'd like to see a video on how to make shredded corned beef brisket sandwiches. It's another set it and forget it. It's super simple. It's kind of stupid proof. So leave a comment down below on if you'd like to see that. And the next time I make it, I will make sure I put a video out on it. Especially while the corned beef briskets are on sale right now. Especially at King Soopers. Walmart, they're not so much on sale, but King Soopers, they have them for a decent price right now. So, I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please whack the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on Just What I Do. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Go kick a leprechaun. Maybe you'll find his gold. Thanks for watching. Later, taters.